Slow key, and I am. I say I am. It's just super facts. So I'm about 90% sure I met my twin flame. And what is a twin flame? A twin flame is supposedly, if you subscribe to this shit, supposedly a twin flame is two halves of the same soul, mirroring souls of someone that shares your strengths and weaknesses and things of that nature. Somebody that you feel like you've known forever, instantly. I met somebody and their birthday is literally like 2 days, 2 or 3 days away from mine. And I always like wondered, would I want to be in a relationship with a girl that's like real similar to me, or kind of like opposite or whatever. But it's funny, like I met this chick and it's just like the thing when it comes to like twin flames, man, it's like everything comes down to like, divine timing and shit right there, even though time doesn't exist. But it's really just a state of mind. And it's like a person could be talking to their twin flame and they might not even fucking know it, like their soulmate. And they might not even know it because they're not ready. You know what I'm saying? God damn, Lobo. God fucking damn, Lobo. Come on, man. So long story short, I met my it took me a long time, man. It took me a long time to meet this individual, and met him, and they're just complaining about, they're complaining about their prior relationship, talking about how their ex or whatever was abusive, things of that nature, talking about how they just was talking to another person, and then the guy just go they had plans and whatever, and then the guy just ghosted her. And I'm just like, and I'm sitting back and I'm listening, because I listen to people. I listen and observe. I let people, you know, expose themselves or whatever. I let people just tell me who they are, and I listen, and I listen to them the first time, right? And I'm just like, you know, um, I'm just like, okay, I see where you at. I've been there. I trust me. I've been through all of that shit. You know what I mean? I'm 33 years old. I've been through all of that shit, man. And I've been dealing with girls since I was 12 years old. So I haven't seen it all, but I've seen a lot, and I felt, everything that comes with dealing with females, man. And so it's just like, I told her, I went ahead and told her, I said, listen, um, my intentions, because I'm a Taurus, I'm blunt. I told her, listen, my intention is to court you. I don't have really time, like, and I'm not even on some like, I don't even know if I want to have kids. I don't even know if I want to get married. I don't even know if I want to do the whole like play house shit forever. I don't know. I'm just letting, like, if it's, I'm just letting fate, fate is in the driver, whatever. Destiny is in the driver's seat. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. If not, it's not. It's very frustrating because it does feel like there is like, it just feels like I'm not meant to have any attachments. That's what it really feels like. It feels like I'm not meant to have any attachments. It really feels like when I die, I'm not supposed to come back here. That's what it feels like. Because I look at my life. I should have been had kids. I should have been married and divorced or whatever. I should have had multiple baby mamas. I should have had permanent attachments to this realm. I have zero. I'm the perfect, like, in one of these. Tubi movies and shit, I'd be the perfect like assassin because I have no one. I don't have a relationship with my parents, with my family. Um, I don't nothing. I have no weaknesses. You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you, there's nobody that anybody could use to harm me. You know what I'm saying? I have nothing. I don't have no kids. I don't have no girl. I don't have nothing. You know what I mean? And so I'm talking to this girl, and I told her, yo, my intentions is to court you. I'm not saying I want you to be my girlfriend right now and, you know, go, simp mode activated and shit like that. But I told her my intentions because I don't play games with people. I don't do that shit. And, you know, after all the complaining she did and talking about, all of these guys do her foul and shit, her response is basically like, first she says, I'm not going to date for a long time because I just got out of an abusive relationship. And then she says, well, I'm talking to a guy and I don't want to disrespect what I have going on with him. And I'm like, you lying ass bitch. And in my mind, I'm always like, always come back to like, see, this shit that I'm talking about. You know what I mean? It's like, see, this is the shit that I'm talking about. Just chaotic souls or chaotic spirits, you know what I'm saying? Harvesting these people's vessels. Let's have a real conversation. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying I'm perfect. Listen, man, it was funny. I met some, I don't know, man. I don't know what it is about me, man, but at my job, like people literally come to my job. I work in like retail. And people will come to my job and just literally just to hang, just literally just to come and hang out with me and talk. I have customers, and then we'll just have conversations, and they'll literally just come back and hang out with me. And of all ages, it'll be older people that come by and say hi to me and talk to me for a couple minutes, half an hour, just sit there and talk to me. You know what I mean? But I had some younger kids like in their early 20s come by and talk to me or whatever, and they're just telling me about how like all of these, it's just really hard for them to be in a relationship and shit like that. And how these girls have so many they have so many bodies and shit. And I'm like, wow, I thought that the younger generation, at least they had some sort of chance, you know what I'm saying? I didn't think girls really was on that bullshit until like, maybe college or something like that. But anyway, so I go ahead and tell her that I told her my intentions. I, put everything on Front Street. Um, and then, she's basically just playing games and not, I could tell, I can gauge what her spirit is at. She don't understand what, the situation is, because it's like, have you ever been in a situation where you just didn't have the spiritual foresight. You didn't have the means spiritually. Like you didn't have the assets, like the divine. Let's have a real conversation. You didn't have the divine assets. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you a superhero or something, you like Batman and you going into a fight, but you don't have the right weapons on your utility belt. Let's have a real conversation. Nigga left the batarang at home. Right? Right? He ain't got no Batman left the Batcave with no tear gas. Let's have a real conversation. Okay? He got a hole in his cape. The nigga jumped off a building and fucking cracked his head. Let's have a real conversation. So I'm gauging this person's spirit, and I can see like, oh, she doesn't realize what's in front of her. I've been in situations like that where I didn't understand um what type of individual, the impact and the importance of the individual that I had in my life until they were gone. You know what I'm saying? And so, when it comes to this chick, like full blown conspiracy theorist bitch. Like I told her, I'm like, bitch, I'm cuffing you. Like you not going nowhere if you fucking with me. You know what I mean? And I really might not fuck other hoes if I'm with you. I really like that's how you know a nigga fucking with you. Okay, when a nigga put his jersey in the Raptors. Okay, all right. Hold on, man. So So she says, after she, flip flops and whatever, because I gauge a person off their honesty as well. Even if a person, I'd rather a person tell me they're not interested in me than lead me on or lie or whatever the case may be. And it's funny because I've been with girls that told me they weren't interested in me, and I respect it. And somehow we would keep talking, and then I would smash, and we would be together. And it's just funny. It's just funny because I respect the truth more than anything, And they were like, "Damn, I told this nigga I wasn't really interested in him, and he was unbothered." Let me get this nigga some pussy real quick for his time. Um, for real. So she basically says after that, after she caps and says that she wasn't really trying to be in a relationship, and then she says, "Oh well, she's talking to somebody." Um, she basically says she just wants to be friends or whatever. And I'm like, I don't really do the whole. This is some back page activity right here. This is some back page activity right here. I'm just letting y'all know right now. This is some back page activity. I'm snitching. This bitch. All right. Anyway, so she's like, well, let's just be friends. And I'm like, me personally, like just the way I am, I've never been the type of guy that could be like friends with a girl. It's information and knowledge that you can gain from being friends with a female. You can learn how they think, but the thing is, me being a man that I am now, I learned that women don't think. They operate off emotions. Let's just have a real conversation. So it's like they tell, a lot of people come through with this narrative that, well, if you be friends with a girl, you can learn how girls work. No, girl, you learn how they think. No, they don't think. They just go through. The majority of females go through life based on they're driven by their emotions. There's no logic at all, and they deal with the consequences and the repercussions of that later. They don't care. You know what I'm saying? They don't look ahead. Let's have a real conversation. So she's trying to like friend zone me and shit. I'm like, see, I'm not playing that game. I'm not gonna sit here. I know what this is. I have the spirit. I have the spiritual foresight. I know what this is, and I know I could see the potential. That's one of the gifts that I have. That I could see the potential in certain situations. I could see what me and this chick could be, and I would be the best investment she ever made in her life. But she doesn't have that, like, she's not there yet. So it's like, when I do this research into this twin flame shit, it's just funny how somebody could be your soulmate, but they not even recognize it, or you just be like, it's kind of like you just in two different time periods and shit. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like I'm in a situation where it's like, bro, it sucks because I want to talk to the chick, but it's like at the same time I don't feel the need. I'm not here to prove myself to nobody. You know what I mean? We talked long enough. For the amount of time we talked, you talking to somebody, right? You like everything about them, and it's not just like you genuinely like everything. This chick then went on my social media. She was digging through the archives, and she found my music from like a long time, not my new shit where I actually like kind of know what I'm doing. She went through my archives and found my shit that when I first started rapping and shit, when I was like, bro, I can't even listen to that shit. I'm like, oh, the quality is trash. I'm not even confident in my rapping ability. Ugh. And she's like, oh yeah, I was listening to your music and I liked it or whatever. And I'm like, what the fuck? That trash? Let me take that shit the fuck down. The hell? Okay? you know? And so you talking to somebody, you like everything about them. They bring you, positivity and peace and all of this shit. But then you turn around and settle for the chaos. You choose the chaos. So it's like, I don't know how this shit works. I don't know if it's, she's gonna have to come back. I don't know how that shit works because I'm not coming back here. I'm not coming back here. I really don't want to come back here. I don't want to come back to, and when I say that, I mean this realm. I don't want to, nothing about this realm interests me anymore. I'm not entertained anymore. Right? Like, I'm on some Joker shit. Like, why so serious? I'm not entertained anymore by a lot of shit, man. The only thing that would entertain me is real fucking people coming together and building a community and literally just like creating a community where we don't give a fuck about what the hell is going on outside of our frequency. Other than that, I'm not entertained by like the things bro. The thing I used to love sports and all of this shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a. I genuinely, it doesn't move me. You know what I mean? And it's getting to the point, even like food. Like food is one of my favorite things, and I'm looking at food. I'm just not. I'm just not excited, man. I'm not excited about a lot of shit, man. So I gotta get up out of here, but I don't know how that, like if I could get up out of this realm, and then does she come back? You know what I'm saying? Does she got to keep being reincarnated until she values herself and reconnects with her soul or whatever the case may be. But it just sucks, man. It sucks, bro. It sucks when you can see like the potential and having a relationship with somebody. You can see it. Like you get glimpses into like, like a real future you can have with somebody. But then, they're not allowing it. And then that's when people get really weird in these communities where they just start doing fucking rituals and magic on people against their will. And I've never been that type of person, man. And I don't know how anybody could do that shit. Like you gotta be, and I'm pretty sure that somebody that a bitch I've been with put some sort of fucking, they did some sort of shit and put some shit on me in my lifetime. You know what I mean? So I'm in a situation where it's like I waited mad long to meet this person, and then it's like just as long as that, you know what I mean? Like now it's like, okay, do I sit up here and do the friend zone shit? Like, how corny is that? Do I do the friend zone shit, or do I have to change my perspective and say, you know what? If this person is somebody you consider your true twin flame, then it's somebody that is the other half of your soul. This is somebody that it's your responsibility. Once again, it's all how your perspective, how you look at it. Do I look at it like this person is playing games? They're not mature enough to interact with me. I gotta let them go on their own. I gotta let them figure it out on their own, because we all gotta figure this shit out on our own, and then we come back, right? Or is it a situation where if I feel like this person is my twin flame, am I supposed to assist them? Am I supposed to help guide them? You know what I'm saying? So I genuinely don't know. Like I'm like, my spirit 50-50. Really, my spirit is like, half of my spirit is like, leave this nigga alone, and then the other half of my spirit is like, well, they want to be friends with me. They want to, they want to talk to me. They want to interact with me. They want to, whatever. They want to be around me. But they're mentally, where they're invested in the chaos. They're invested in some fucking idiot some mouth breather. Let's have a real conversation. You know? You know what I'm saying? Some satanic mouth breather. You know what I mean? That's worried about things that really don't fucking matter. You know what I mean? So let me know. Hop up in the comment section. Have you ever been in a situation where you actually met your twin flame? Because I've been in situations where I met phenomenal females and shit, phenomenal women, but you know, they've already had families or they were already to the point where they gave up. They were already like they gave up or they said I'm not even really interested in relationships. They just didn't want they didn't have nothing left. You know, they didn't have anything left. But I genuinely felt like I was like, damn, this bitch, and I even told her, I was like, you're the female me. Like, she ready to crash out over this, she ready to crash out over this truth shit. And it was you could just sense somebody's energy when they being for real, you know what I mean? You know? You said just know it and never could be. Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. Like, my whole thing is I just that shit is just so, you know, whenever I talk, I just don't be talking to girls. Like, I'm not the saucy Santana type. You know, I'm not the, you know, if I'm talking to a female, and I've always been like this, if I'm communicating with a female and I'm not, you know what I'm saying, blowing her back out to smithereens, it means that I have like a great amount of respect for them. And I really look at that female as somewhat as like a teacher or somebody that I can learn from. That's the only time I'll ever have a female in my life and in my phone that I'm not, you know what I'm saying, folding the bitch up like Auntie Annie Pretzel, you know what I'm saying, giving her the business. I don't run around with like, you know, I like being in a company of females, but at the same time, it's a lot of chaos in their spirit. So, let's have a real conversation, man. So, I genuinely, I don't know, like, I just hear those. It's like, just, the echoes of my spirit just being like, 1 minute my spirit be like, fuck this bitch. And then sometime my spirit be like, oh shit. Oh shit. I gotta go get my food. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one, man. So